Welcome to Darlington Raceway, qualifying underway for the Arc Music Xfinity Series, presented by Mr. Ghostman. Normally we have Hayden in the booth, but Hayden letting me know earlier he would not be here today, so you are just stuck with me today. Apologize in advance, I've been a little under the weather today, we'll call it. Dysautonomia Awareness Month, starting out with a lot of awareness that I have dysautonomia issues. The 4 of Casey Graves out on track in the number 4. He's on his first timed lap. Making his way through turn number 4 and onto the front stretch. He one of the first ones to put a lap time down. Let's see what Graves is able to muster. A 29.88 for the number 4. He'll go top of the board, and Grant Harrell in the 22. It's awesome. Harrell's Ford Throwback. I believe that's a Smoky Unit style Throwback. Goes to the top of the board. Brad Wilson, he's got the Tide Ride. Shine on the board. Goes to the second spot. Mike Fisher, 21, newcomer to the series, sitting in third. Grant Harrell's second lap, a little bit slower. Travis Martin's second lap goes quicker, and as does Wolfenbarger. He goes all the way to the top of the board. Travis Martin in the Hot Wheels Throwback goes third. There's Brad Wilson in the fourth spot. Mike Fisher, second lap was quicker, able to get to fifth. William Viola, the 27 Culver's machine, sitting in the seventh spot. Cody Cleaver, Kabuto number 2, first lap put him 8th. We'll see if he gains. Brantley Bryant jumps all the way to third on his second lap. We'll watch the 2 across the stripes, see what he does on his second. Gains about 2/10. He'll move up to 8th. Briefly saw Bryant there before he disappeared. There's Hoytsman, the Kurt Busch Throwback in the number 97, the Irwin Tools paint scheme. Lucas goes top of the board, no surprise there. Always so good at Darlington. Strong run out of that Irwin Tools Ford. How to make him happy. He's had a rough few days, so I wouldn't mind seeing a Hoytsman victory tonight. Ethan Evers' first lap puts him 8th. Trenton's second lap moves him up to 13th. Blake Giglio clocks in an 8th on his first lap in that Kenworth truck. He hits the wall there, so that should probably cancel lap number 2 on him. Hits it there as well. A couple of tags of the wall. Giglio probably not going to improve from that 8th starting spot that he's in right now. We'll jump back to Ethan Evers in the GHR Gearheads Racing Spit and Venom machine. That'll move him up 1 spot ahead of Matt Benke. Gatlin Downey in the 05. We got double numbers on this thing. He clocks in there in that 16th spot. Cliff Mullins out there. I believe this is a throwback to himself. Adam Crozier can let us know, but I think this is an old Cliff Mullins paint scheme. See a little right rear damage on that car. Tells me he's been up and into the wall. Cliff getting some extra practice in. I don't think we're getting any more qualifiers tonight. There'll be 19 cars officially putting a lap time down. Lucas Hoytsman is going to be your pole sitter. Let's get a quick chat with Mr. Lucas. Oh, he's up in low drag now. Looking all over for him. Luke, DG, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Looks like we're locked in for another pole here tonight. One of your favorite tracks, always very strong here. How do we feel about the prospects of pulling down a victory and changing your luck this week?
Oh, well, I had a lot of luck on Monday, but yeah, overall, Sunday was horrible. Earlier today was horrible, and yeah, I'm feeling good because
So
this isn't just one of my favorite tracks; it's the favorite track.
it feels like you're in almost an every other race kind of deal going on right now. So we'll see if you can keep, I guess, that streak alive here and have a good race here. I gotta
Yeah,
give.
it's been rough, but I've actually got 2 wins in the last like 3 races.
Yeah, it's hard to feel too bad for you, you know. But you did have that Blake Giglio guy pass you on all-time wins, and that has to suck. So we'll see if he can make it a battle again here.
Yeah, I'm sure we're in it for a heartbreaker tonight, but thanks.
10-4, good luck. Oh man, Lucas, obviously not. He's got high hopes, but he also realizes that things can happen in a hurry. So check out our pole sitter's car there as he's out on track, waiting for the rest of the field to grid up. I love how Avid's in both chats. I appreciate you. Matt Benke telling me to have fun. I will. I'm not in the car. You guys put on a show for me. I always appreciate it. Hopefully everyone else watching does as well. Always waiting on the shine guys, and wouldn't you know it, the 2 cars not out on track in the top 14 are all shine guys. Always. And they only do it when I am broadcasting, because last night I was racing and they were here in a hurry, so it's apparently very intentionally done to me because I complain about it. Hello. Oh, there's the 51. Now we're just waiting on 32. It makes it so much harder to go through the starting lineup when they do this to me. But we'll just do it now. Lucas Hoitzman is your pole sitter in the Irwin throwback to Kurt Busch. Garrett Wolfenbarger will start second. Grant Harrell, he's got a cool looking Smoky Utic throwback starting in the 3rd spot. Brantley Bryant, this very cool, I believe it's a Bodine throwback, if I'm not mistaken. He'll roll off in that 4th spot. Travis Martin, the Kyle Petty Hot Wheels throwback. He'll roll off at that 5th spot. Brad Wilson, I don't know if it's Ricky Rudd or Darrell Waltrip, Ricky Craven, one of those tied cars. He's throwing it back in that 6th spot. Mike Fisher, he's got the Vice 21 Toyota starting in the 7th spot. Blake Giglio's Kenworth Chevy in 8th. Cody Cleaver, the Kabuto Chevy, starts in the 9th spot. Casey Graves, the True Speed Toyota in 10th. William Viola in the Culver's Ford starts 11th. Kenneth Stout, he's got this Kevin Harvick throwback. The Ford Goodwrench service, very confusing, starting in the 12th spot. Margison, the Gamer Sups, he's got his AC Racing graphics. I believe this is a Dale Jr. throwback to one of his Busch series, or not Busch, but you know what I mean. Nationwide Xfinity series starts in the 13th spot. Trent Steen, he's, I don't know, he's just throwing it back to last week, I guess. Starts the Trans Technologies car in the 14th spot. Grantley Poole looks like he's disconnected, so Gatlin Downey start the double quick Hollywood video throwback in the 16th spot. Ethan Evers, the GHR Chevrolet, starts in the 17th. Matt Benke, 18th. In the City Financial Stephen Light throwback. Cliff Mullins looks like he's throwing it back to himself and Valvoline a little bit. He's got the SVs where the Vs would normally be for Valvoline, so that's kind of cool. I get it now. Trevor Trago says 24, but he's the 91. And the Wanagoon Chevrolet. Then we got Daniel Wallen in the CTC Chevy. Jay Munch in the Arc.io Toyota. Ashton Sackwell in the number 19 Bass Pro Machine. And Tyler Stillwell in the Firelight Big Evil Designs number 40 Ford. That is your starting lineup. Pace car heads off the track. And what do you know it, Garrett Wolfenbarger finally made it here. Waiting for the green flag on this one. We are 22 laps shy of a full Xfinity race, so pretty good lengthy race tonight. 125 laps is the distance for us. Wolfenbarger using the outside line launches around the pole sitter of Hoitzman into the lead. Did not take long at all. Wolfenbarger out front, will drop back, and we got some calamity. Someone's in the inside wall. I believe that was the 22 of Grant Harrell. And we already have one victim smacking the inside wall. Car doesn't look too horrible. Brantley Bryant sits 3rd, Brad Wilson 4th, Travis Martin, then Blake Giglio, Mike Fisher, Cody Cleaver, Kenneth Stout, and Casey Graves, your current top 10. Trenton Steed rides 11th, and Will Viola battles Margison. Margison gets up into the outside wall in turn 1. It's going to be advantage to the 27 of Viola. Margison drops to 13th. Gatlin Downey under attack from Cliff Mullins. Cliff looking to the inside, heading down to turn number 3. And Cliff completes the pass, moves up to 14th. Wolfenbarger still leads over Hoitzman. Bryant, Wilson, Martin, your top 5. Field enters low into 1, drifts out to the wall, then they have to diamond it back down on corner exit to straighten out and not tag the outside wall out of 2. We will see a lot of cars hitting the wall coming out of turn number 2. Just how Darlington goes. Similar story about the midpoint of 3 and 4. A lot of cars tagged the wall there as well. Alright, things have quietly settled in here as we reach the lap number 3. On to lap 4. Shenandoah Shine, low drag, Shenandoah Shine, Shenandoah Shine. Then a 10/10 machine occupied the top 5. 3 shiners in the race, and they're all in the top 5 right now. The one driver kind of out of place according to their iRating. Kenneth Stout swinging above his weight class right now, up in the 9th spot. Kenneth rocking a 1200. Proof that iRating doesn't matter a whole lot. Surrounded by a lot of 2, 3, 4, 5K kind of drivers. One's even a 5999. Just under that 6K. Trenton Sneed, William Viola, Cliff Mullins. There's Margison Downey. Ethan Evers, Trevor Trago. Up up front, we have a change of the lead. We kind of thought Lucas was riding here. Let's see how this goes down. He goes to the inside into turn number 3. Drives it in there. It looks like Wolfenbarger may have given him a little room to clear him. Hoytsman goes to the lead. So now Lucas back out front at what he deems his very favorite racetrack. We got a wreck in the background. That is Gatlin Downey spinning it around. It's just ahead of Ethan Evers, tags the wall. Ethan then gets into his left rear quarter panel and then gets him again. Gatlin goes nose first into the wall. That's a little awkward. I don't know if there's something transpired before that or what. Tyler Stillwell, he started from the pits. He's already 1 lap down. Grant Harrell, we saw him spin and tag the inside wall. He brought it to the pit lane as well. He is now 1 lap down, 23rd. 21 cars still in the lead lap. Gatlin Downey currently the last of those. So we saw him get turned on the backstretch. And there is race leader coming to put him a lap down. Waits with 7/10 over Wolfenbarger. Wilson in 3rd, Bryant 4th, Travis Martin, Blake Giglio, and the freight train all the way back to Trenton. Nice and tightly packed up. Really, William Viola there as well. Casey Graves trying to put a move on Kenneth Stout for that 9th spot. That's right on board with Trenton as we watch everything unfold up in front of him. That's what it's like from 11th place. Trenton Sneed. Kenneth Stout putting a move on the 2. Cody Cleaver gets a little too far to the left. That's going to kill his momentum. See where Casey Graves decides to go. He stays in line. Felt like Graves could have made the move down to the left and gotten to the inside of Stout as he lost his momentum out of 2. If you're unfamiliar with the history of this racetrack, let me tell you. It's such a weird shape. It's kind of like an egg. This end down here, 1 and 2, a much wider radius. And you see a lot more high speed. It's almost a flat out entry if you're not in traffic. And down here, the narrow end, 3 and 4, much tighter radius. They built it this way so that the man could, I forgot what it was. I think it was a pond that he had a stock of fish in that he didn't want to disturb. So he built it this way. It was either a pond or like some farming land, but I'm pretty sure it was a pond. See, once again, Stout out of shape coming out of turn number 2. Casey Graves kind of being patient with Stout at the moment. And Cody Cleaver in the 2 bounces it off the wall in 3 and 4. You'll see that quite a lot, especially the midpoint of 3 and 4. This end of the track, you can attack, really drive the car hard. It's a lot wider. And you want to kind of get out of the throttle and get the car turned back down for the exit to straighten it out and not tag the wall coming out of 2, just like Kenneth Stout just did. That white and red Ford up ahead bounces it off of the turn 2 wall as we're talking about the difficulty of it. And this right here, you see the two drifting up the hill. That's where a lot of cars will tag the wall in 3 and 4. Jump on board with Graves and watch Kenneth Stout. It's 1 spot up in the 10th spot. See a little bit of chaos up ahead. Oh, and right in front of Casey Graves, Kenneth Stout, big time out of shape. Looks to the inside. We'll see if he's able to get the clear. Not quite able. I don't think Graves wanted to push the issue this early in the race. Just past 10% of the way in. One of the white machines up ahead, I believe it was Blake Giglio, was way out of shape coming out of the corner. Lucas Heusman now 2-second advantage over Garrett Wolfenbarger. Stout really charged that corner entry. That's actually going to hurt him. So he gets up and into the outside wall. Casey Graves looking to the inside. He will get by. And Graves' patience pays off. Now Trenton Sneed trying to move past Stout and up into the top 10. It's like the 27 Viola kind of backed off and let Stout collect his race car. Gave him space to get back into it. He's going to hit the outside wall again there. Yeah, he powered up way too early. That's going to allow Viola by. Here goes Mullins to the inside and Kenneth Stout. Unfortunately showing his... Oh, he turns Cliff Mullins hard to the outside wall, and Mullins gets Kenneth Stouted. Ouch. That was a brutal hit to the outside wall, and then collects the 19 Attackwell at the end. And again. Attackwell's right front now not rolling. Cliff's going to have to drive that car back to the pit lane. Let's get the drone out and take another look at this, but Kenneth Stout collecting the 37, just right hooking him into the corner. I mean, yeah, that's 100% on the 29. Then Ethan Evers comes in there and destroys Cliff. And then at the end here, Ashton Tackwell, I don't know. That is an arca break of arca breaks right there. Right on board. Let's see what Ethan could have done. He was the first one to get in there late. He sees the death happening, and unfortunately, not a lot Ethan could do. He was trying to woe it down. Well, let's go back and watch the 19 at the end here. My goodness. There's the wreck starting way up ahead. Oh. He was trying to slow it down and just chose the wrong spot, it seems. Tough. Very tough. Whole field on pit lane. D. Hullfield. Let's see, everybody on pit lane. First one out is going to be Brad Wilson. Different strategies on tires or not. Some drivers taking, some drivers not. The top 4 fuel only. Like the 88 had a tow as well as reported in the pit lane. Let's try to find out what happened to the 88. I didn't see him get anything too awful. He loses the right front. He's right behind it. Oh, we got tagged right there as Cliff spun around and yeah, it broke the right front. Margison up and into the outside wall. Then he has a hard time turning left with that right front destroyed. So when he comes back to the pit lane, I think it turned him into the barrels. Margison had to take a tow. Tough break for the Dale Jr. paint scheme. Good catch there, Dalton. Brutal.
On purpose?
On purpose. All we heard is on purpose. So fuel only for Brad Wilson in the 51. Travis Martin, 63. Cody Cleaver, the 2. And Trent Sneed in the 81. All those machines deciding fuel is all they're getting this time around. Lucas Heusman the first one on tires in the Kurt Busch Irwin Tools Throwback. Wolfenbarger, Giglio, Mike Fisher, Casey Graves, Brantley Bryant all taking tires. Llewellyn fuel only, but came out 11th. Stout took a set of tires in 12th. Viola tires. Ethan got a little damage repair. Tackwell, I believe, some repair as well. Let's see, got a piece of that.
Hey, Lucas, did you take tires?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, me and everybody else behind me.
Not everyone. Daniel didn't.
Oh, shit.
Don't let him lie to you. Daniel didn't take tires.
Daniel took him down Swiss.
He's not in his box yet.
I had the inside scoop.
Wallen is back on.
I'd stay up here.
Wallen is back on the pit lane, getting the set of tires.
I mean, taking him, fuck that.
Lights out on our pace car. We're half a lap away from going back to green flag racing. As we like to say in Xfinity Series, Kenneth Stout doing Kenneth Stout things, bringing that out. Yeah, the blue on Lucas's car is fan-freaking-tastic. I need some lessons from Lucas on spec layers for sure, because that's awesome looking. Dalton, I still have to make you a mini stack. I haven't forgotten. Just so freaking busy. But I haven't forgotten. Coming to complete lap 20. Oh my gosh, a lot of wheel spin up front. Cars are in the wall. Cars are bouncing off one another. Cars are sideways. Casey Graves goes around. And that should be a quick caution. There it is. Casey Graves. Casey Graves gets launched in the air.
Woo! Yeah!
Finally, Llewellyn didn't cause a wreck. Woo!
I watched it.
Damn, Stout got another one. He turns Casey Graves into Giglio.
Oh, the 29 again!
Jake Lawrence gets in there.
What the fuck is up with the 29? You on crack? Are you on that thin?
Look at Blake all out of shape. So much wheel spin, and then the 29 just drives into the 4. I mean, right into him.
He's on that galaxy gas. Better watch it, Cliff. He might come after you.
So much Blake on that restart again.
That honestly might have been the slowest lucky dog battle we've ever had.
Look at that.
Who won?
Somehow they all didn't die, and then Kenny Stout comes in there and makes sure they do die.
Unfortunately, I think I did.
J-Munch is going to come in here late. This is for not holding the brake.
More depression now. Because I hit the tire barrier because I couldn't steer because a certain someone, you know,
Right,
hit
Cliff?
you. Yeah, the garbage can. He's just impersonating Clapper tonight, that's all.
Oh, Clapper's not even here. How are we going to bust on a guy that's not here? So many cars got wheel spin there. Man, that's Cliff. Cliff going to be your lucky dog. He went 2 laps down. Now he's going to be 1 lap down.
Yeah, I was not ready for it to spin that bad.
Your driver's reporting they weren't ready for that wheel spin. I don't blame him. You're right, Avid. You're right about that. Normally that's me.
Time for a little tap there, Trent.
I don't know if it'll work on this silver because it's blue. You know, it does different things for different colors. I'm pretty sure you have that for your silver on your Monte Carlo. I'm pretty sure that's it. I can ask him for a spec layer in like a PNG where I can get the shades out of it, but I don't know. I think if I put what's on your silver on the blue, it would look like that. Okay, Hayes. I'm sure we will next season. It's been a lot of talk already. That was the only one, right? Like, I don't have anything else waiting for you. Cliff gets the lucky dog, comes down and takes his basically free pit stop. We'll see if he just fills the tank or if he decides to bolt on tires here. And looks like just fuel, maybe some damage repair. Alright, Hayes. Everyone in the top 13 stay out here after their last pit stop, including the 4 cars that didn't take tires. Brad Wilson, Travis Martin, Cody Cleaver, and Trenton Sneed. We saw how bad that restart was Everyone's spinning the tires. Even cars that took new tires were spinning them. Llewellyn came down here, topped off the tank, first one back out 14th.
I do apologize. Whoever was behind me on that start, that was horrible. I think it was the 4.
Yeah, I was avoiding you and got run over from behind.
It was a 97.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I've never had it. Like, that was weird.
So which one's right, the 87 or the casino?
Yeah, I think everybody left the 29.
Yep, there you go. Everybody with that car lifted. So the Kenneth Stout incident count is up to 2. Driving like the Kevin Harvick of the early years. Front row average iRatings like 3,500. Actually higher than that. I think the way averages work, that'd be closer to 39? Maybe even 4K. It's a lot of iRating on that front row. And there's a 5K driver behind him, Lucas Hoytsma. It's a lot of talent here in SRL. A lot of talent. There goes the pace car. Travis Martin, Brad Wilson, your front row. Wilson gets the launch in the tide ride. Cody Cleaver trying to launch through to second. He's inside Travis Martin heading to turn 1. Highline will be the advantage though in 1, as you see Cleaver has to get out of the gas. Maybe even a little contact there with the 32. Shoots him down the hill. Had an inside line. Seemed to be quite a disadvantage once they got to the corner. Of course, Cleaver does have the older tire as well. Lucas Hoyce was on fresh tires, so he's blasting his way towards the front. He's clear of Travis Martin. Wilson on old tires. Hoyts on new. It should be a matter of time before Lucas runs him down and passes. Cars on old tires. Travis Martin in 5th. Cody Cleaver 7th. Trenton Sneed 10th. Fading back, taking their lumps here so they can have a set of tires later in the race. And here goes the battle for the lead. Lucas has run down Brad Wilson. See where Lucas decides to make the move. He's going to get to the inside, going through 1 and 2. Now he has the preferred line on the exit. Wilson brushes the wall ever so lightly, but did actually a pretty good job of not knocking it down. Very hard to exit on the high side of turn 2. You see some right rear damage on that 51. Probably not slowing him down too much, but obviously not ideal either. Wolfenbarger now also took fresh tires. He lines up his teammate in the battle for second. Behind, you see Mike Fisher battling Travis Martin into the corner. Mike will move up to that 5th spot. Welcome in. Brantley Bryant gets the outside wall on the 52. Wolfenbarger eyeing his teammate. See where he puts the pressure on. He's got the fresher tires. Go down that front stretch, heading into turn number 1. So far, Wolfenbarger seems content to ride in the tire tracks of his teammate despite the better tires. Has a run. He gets into him going into turn number 3. Probably not what he intended to do. That lets Bryant get to the outside. Well, that was awkward. Now the 51 has left and right rear damage. Wolfenbarger unable to throttle up through 1 and 2 because his teammate Bryant's up there, and that's going to actually cost him a spot. And here comes the 21 of Mike Fisher. Fisher gets to the inside of Wolfenbarger. Going into turn 3. He's going to have to keep it nice and tidy down low. Oh, he has to cut it sharp to not turn Wolfenbarger. Nice job there, actually, by Mike Fisher. A, not to turn the 32, and then B, not to turn himself. Outstanding job by Mike Fisher there. Back out front, Lucas is pulling away. 2.5 seconds now over these Shine cars. Wilson into the wall. Brantley Bryant then into Wilson. And we have contact between the teammates again. We get our third caution. I don't think this is related to that. I think this is Matt Benke and the Stephen Light. He's working the 05 Gatlin. Downey gets to the inside, heading into turn number 1. And just up the track he goes, right into Gatlin. Downey spins himself trying to stay off of him, and the car gets around halfway when Llewellyn goes by, triggering the iRacing caution. So Matt Benke pulling this one out at lap 33. Hoytsman catches up to the pace car. I believe this would be an ideal time for cars like Wilson to come get tires. Martin, Trenton Sneed. It's all a fantastic time for them to come get those Goodyear tires. Let's take a look at our pit shot here. See who's coming down. I'm sure everyone's coming for fuel at least. And it is a busy pit lane. One car stays on the racetrack. That is Ethan Evers in the 8. That is a lead lap car staying out. A little surprising.
Oh, I see. You just wanted to cuck me.
Pit road indeed a busy place.
The three of you just wanted to cuck me. I see how it is.
Martinson very displeased that some lead lap cars have stayed out and he can't take a wave around. It's like fuel for a lot of these guys. I imagine there'll be some tires taken by the cars that didn't take them on that last, well, 2 cautions ago. Brad Wilson did indeed take a set. Will Viola, a 9-second stop, a little odd. Travis Martin took a set. Cody Cleaver did as well. Daniel Llewellyn fuel. Trenton Sneed did take a set. He'll start 18th here. Trevor Traeger in the 91. Still on the lead lap. Got some other cars doing some damage repair, like Gatlin Downey. He was banged up in that one a little bit. You can see the 05 sitting in a pit box. Second time by, we do have some more lead lap cars pitting. Grant Harrell in the 22, one of them. Ashton Tackwell, Matt Benke, Lucas is coming back down for some more fuel. Quite a few cars taking advantage of this second stop. I believe Tyler Stillwell, the 40 car, just hit the wall under caution. That's just damn impressive. And in typical Travis Martin fashion, we have our halfways at the end of lap 63, which just happens to be his car number.
Are you kidding me?
I wonder what Margison is displeased about this time. The 8 and 4 stay out, and I guess that's what he's unhappy about. 17 laps since Ethan Evers hit the pit lane, 12 since Casey Graves did. And away goes Margison. Still trapped 2 laps down after that incident, destroyed his right front and then ran to the ran into the pit road barrels and had to get a tow. Lost 2 laps in the process. 21 cars on a lead lap. Cliff Mullins 1 lap down and the 37 involved in the same wreck. Margison 2 laps down. Ethan Evers getting some lap sled here. Has to feel good about that.
This is depressing.
Mark just talking about not getting his laps back. And now Tyler Stillwell sitting on the pit lane's gone a lap down. The 40 car joining them as cars off the lead lap now. Only the top 20 on the lead lap. I'm getting river flood warnings over and over. It's worrying. Lights out on our pace car heading into the turns 3 and 4, as every time they pass that cookout logo I get really hungry. Everybody in chat, tell me what your favorite cookout order is. Mine's the barbecue sandwich, no slaw, or the corn dog. And Cajun fries, that shit is delicious. Usually a milkshake, because, you know, when you go to cookout, you're like, fuck my diet. Ethan Evers, Casey Graves gets us restarted here. Who is that? Bill and Viola, 27. Not a very good start. Actually, rather impressed with the front couple of cars. Much older tires than everybody else, and got away pretty clean. Blake Giglio battling Mike Fisher for that third spot. Couple of 5K drivers going at it. Both the 5.9. And they're very close in iRating. Pulled pork with fries and sriracha. That sounds damn good. That's Scott's order. It's like Viola and Stout battle for the 5th spot. Stout's had a interesting night so far. We're still 26 to halfway. This race, a lengthy one. Now Travis Martin gets to the inside of the number 29 as all these Mustangs do battle. Now we're single file pretty well through the field. Here is 51 going past the 19s, moving Wilson up to the 16th, passing Tackwell. Looking for drivers on the fresh rubber. Like Trenton's up to 8th. Travis Martin in 6th. They're all on brand new tires, so keep an eye on those two cars. Trevor Trago also took a set in 9th. I believe Cody Cleaver in 10th. So those drivers should start to move forward on the new rubber. They can find opportunities to pass. Blake Giglio just came down, topped off the tank, but he's gotten out to the lead. He's passed Ethan Evers and Casey Graves.
On the high side.
Since he did have fresher rubber than those two cars. It's a little Wallen going by Banky on the backstretch. Battles going on all over the place. Looks like Trenton Sneed trying to get by Kenneth Stout. Move him into the 7th spot if he can get by. Travis Martin hung up behind William Viola. That's where the first car on 4 brand new Goodyear tires resides, the 6th spot, that Hot Wheels Ghostman car. And then Trenton in 8th, Trago 9th, Cody Cleaver 10th. They're all on brand new Goodyears. Looks like Blake maybe managing himself, trying to stay just ahead of Ethan Evers. Didn't really pull away, even though he was on much fresher tires. It's right on board with the Ghost Man. There's your top 6. All right up by the outside wall through 1 and 2. You turn it down on corner exit. Try to get a straight launch. You really got to whoa it up heading into 3. That way you don't hit the wall in the middle. See, the car that drifted up most was 3rd place Casey Graves. One of the cars on a little bit older tire. Back around into 1. You see how there's just very little opportunity to pass. Having the fresher tires like Martin does tends to be quite an advantage. I think he's trying to save them a little bit and not burn them up all at once. Travis usually pretty good at saving tire. Behind them, you see Trenton still trying to find a way around this 29, Kenneth Stout. Almost the outside wall for Stout. That had to kill his momentum. Trenton's going to look to the inside into turn number 3. Not quite alongside, and we'll have to fight Stout another day. Stout gets very high going through 3 and 4. Trenton sticks the nose inside. He's going to have to keep it pinched down on exit. Not the most ideal place to pass. Into 1 is really the best spot. But if you can get to the inside into 3, sometimes drivers will concede the spot just to not be side by side. Meanwhile, while you're watching this, Casey Graves gets up into the outside wall. Already lost the spot to Mike Fisher, and now William Viola gets by Casey Graves for 4th. The True Speed Toyota losing a couple spots there. Trenton Sneed got to the outside of Kenneth Stout and goes around the outside, pulls off the Cole Trickle move, went to the outside in 3 and 4 and held it. Mighty damn fine to meet you there, Trenton Sneed. Great move by the 81. Travis Martin looks inside of Casey Graves. Graves, once again, on very old tires in that 4 car. He's got to be desperate for some tires. It's been, looks like 24 laps since that car's been to the pit lane at all. Ethan Evers holding on in 2nd spot despite being in a similar situation. It's been 30 laps since he's been to the pit lane. Blake Giglio has set sail almost a full second ahead. Mike Fisher trying to run down Ethan Evers. And William Viola, Travis Martin, Trenton Sneed, Casey Graves. The tires with Martin and Sneed up to 5th and 6th. And Trevor Trago trying to put the moves on Stout. Has, contact from Cleaver. Turns him into Stout briefly. Trago probably a little pissed about that. Not to say my teammate can be a little short-fused, but I said what I said. I look like Wilson ducking out of line. No, it wasn't. It was the orange car just ahead. I believe it was Margison 2 laps down, getting around the 52 of Bryant. Margison probably wishing he was on the lead lap with the moves he's making. Blake now a half second over Ethan, so Blake is definitely just managing his lead right now. He's not trying to pull away. He's saving what he can out front. Fisher's last stop was for fuel only, so he's kind of stacking up to 63 and 81. Viola may or may not have taken 2 tires. I am not sure. I don't know why you would ever do that. Track position, sure, but now you just got one, would have 2 sets of tires laying around. It was a 9.9 second stop, so it's obviously not 4 tires. It's obviously decent. So he ran down the 21, who didn't take tires. So either he took a little damage repair or he took 2 tires, and that's, I hope it's the first one, not the second one. 2 tires at Darlington's only a good move at the end of the race. If you're trying to get track position, only a couple of laps to go. Travis Martin trying to find a way by Viola, and then Trenton Sneed. Trevor Trey goes up to 7th now. Cody Cleaver 8th. Stout's down to 9th. He didn't take tires on the last stop. Lucas Hoitzma is up to 10th. Hoitzma also did not take tires. He's just doing the best he can with Wolfenbarger. Those two on the same strategy, 97-32. They've had a lot of run-ins this season. I think Casey Graves just had a run-in with the turn 2 exit wall. Margison goes around the top side as Graves trying to recover in that Toyota. Here comes the 51 of Wilson. Yeah, Casey Graves. He's banged that car up quite badly. He's keeping it low to let cars pass on the high side. Wilson gets around. I think Bryant will be the next one up, along with the 22 Grant Hurrell. We saw him have issue on lap 1. He's trying to rebound ever since, currently 15th. Mike Fisher goes around the outside of Ethan Evers through turns 3 and 4. It's the second time we've seen that move in this run. The driver's making it work. Mike Fisher moves up into 2nd. Has 1 second to track down Blake Giglio. They're on similar pit strategy. Ethan did a really good job of hanging on for as long as he did. It's been 36 laps since he's been to the pit lane. He's going to have to start thinking about fuel for that number 8 car. 10 laps till halfway. Travis Martin trying to draw a bead on the 27 of Viola. Makes Viola check up mid-corner as he caught up to Ethan Evers. Everyone stays single file all the way back to the 2 of Cleaver. And you have Stout, Hoitzma, Wolfenbarger. A bit of a gap back to Wilson. Then you have Bryant, Hurrell, and Graves. Graves praying for a caution. That car needs some help. And definitely needs some tires. Trending the wrong way for him. Looks like the top cars that all pit on that last stop 22 laps ago should be able to make it to halfway for sure. Evers is in a bit of a trouble. I don't know if the 8 cars can be able to stay out there till halfway and get the points. May not even stay in the top 10 as everyone's lined up behind him. That's all the way to 8th, ready to pass him. Viola around the bottom side. Viola completes the pass in the 27. Now Travis Martin looking to the inside, heading into turn 1. Travis will drive it in deep to clear and then get up to the wall. Trenton Sneed, he's going to be a little disadvantaged if he doesn't clear. Exit of turn 2 is very tough on the inside line. Gets it done. Ethan Evers gives him plenty of room. Trevor Trago is going to get through as Evers had to check up big time. Cleaver trying to take 7th away now from Evers. And the Kabuto Chevy clears. Ethan Evers drops down to the 8th spot. Giglio still leads. There is Mike Fisher, 1.7 back. He's up a half second over Viola. Then Travis Martin, Trenton Sneed, Trevor Trago. Martin up to 4th with the freshest tires. Slowly, steadily marching his way forward, but as is William Viola. I think for sure he took 2 tires just based on his progress here. A little surprising. Martin's able to run him back down with the 4 tires, but he's not able to get by him. Stout, Hoytsma, Wolfenbarger. This is the back part of the top 10. Right now, Hoytsman carries the last points paying spot at halfway. Just a handful of laps left till we pay him out. Still 20 cars on the lead lap, and there goes Ethan Evers to the pit lane. So he does indeed have to pit before the stage at halfway. The 8 car caught out by this green flag run. 26 laps and counting. Hoytsma, one of his favorite tracks, he's been bitten so far by when this green flag run started. William Viola, about 3/10 back of Mike Fisher. Your top 7 from Giglio to Cleaver. Can get them all in one shot briefly there. They are all within a half second of one another now as Giglio's backed up to Fisher a little bit. Ethan Evers will be the fastest car on the racetrack as he had to pit before stage. It's been 38 laps according to the ticker since Margison pitted, so he's probably looking at a pit stop pretty soon. Already 2 laps down, he's desperate for a caution. Giglio across the stripe, final lap of the first half. Give away halfway points to the top 10. It's like Casey Graves to the pit lane in the 4. Watch Blake out of turn number 2 and down the Boeing backstretch. Hear him clutching it. Into turn number 3 he goes. I think Hoytsma annoyed with Kenneth Stout.
Fucking racing.
Blake Giglio.
No, at this point.
Blake Giglio gets the 10 points. Fisher 9, Viola 8, Martin 7, Sneed 6, Trago 5, Cleaver 4, Stout 3, Hoytsma 2, Wolfenbarger 1. As these two are stacked up behind Kenneth Stout. I don't know if Lucas is mad at Wolfenbarger or Stout. Or both. Hard to tell. Wolfenbarger into the wall. Giglio gets passed by Mike Fisher. Giglio gets the extra point for the playoffs by winning the halfway stage. And now Mike Fisher, new leader, out in front. Viola, Martin, Sneed, your top 5. Trevor Trago rides 6th. Cody Cleaver 7th. Kenneth Stout. Lucas Hoiswell, Wolfenbarger, Wilson. Brantley Bryant, Jay Munch, Gatlin Downey, Daniel Llewellyn. Grant Harrell hits the pit lane in the 22. Matt Benke, Ashton Tackwell still on the lead lap. Cliff Mullins 1 lap down on 37 ever since his wreck and tow. He's hoping for that caution's in the lucky dog spot right now. Ethan Evers making passes, one of the fastest cars on track, having been to the pit lane, along with Casey Graves in the 4. All those cars 1 lap down. Zach Martinson 2 laps down, and he has to pit. So he is going to go more than 2 laps down, unfortunately for him. Top 7 all relatively close together still. The orange number 2 all the way up to the black 21. It's right on board with 7th place Cody Cleaver, and watch ahead at the whole top 6 ahead. You can barely see the leader until you get on the flat part of the track. There he is. Mike Fisher getting past Giglio. I think Giglio is saving as Viola gets to the inside. Blake sends it into the corner a little deeper, so I'm sure he's still clutching, trying to save. I think this is part of Giglio's strategy to try and cut a pit stop out. Kenneth Stout heading to the pit lane. And the Goodwrench car makes it to the pit lane, one of the harder pit lanes to get on. That'll take him out of the top 10 for the time being. Herta Fuel runs around 30 laps. Levesta 19 at Tackwell. Want to fall off the lead lap as he goes to the pit lane. Stout and Tackwell to the pit lane. Now we get cars on fresh tires, cars on old tires. The difference in speed being humongous as Blake Giglio decides it is time to pit at lap 70. Brings the Kenworth Chevy to the pits. Or as he would call it, a Kenworth truck. Into the box he goes, nice and tidy. Mike Fisher continues the lead. Viola and Martin. Martin still unable to get by Viola despite 4 fresh tires compared to 2, I believe. Goes Martin to the inside. And looks like he's finally going to complete the pass on Viola. It took so many laps, about 37. Travis to get by William Viola. My goodness. Trent Sneed now up to the 4th spot. Got some more pit stops. Gatlin Downey on the pit lane in the 05. Trevor Trago just completing his stop in the Wannagoons Camaro. He rolls back down the pit lane. Just ahead that is Matt Benke. Stephen Light throwback. Fisher has 1.6 now over Travis Martin. Blake Giglio has completed his stop and back up to speed in 13th. Right behind Ethan Evers, who did his stop 11 laps before. So Giglio with 10 lap fresher tires. Looks to the inside and he will complete the pass on Ethan Evers. So what I'm keeping an eye on is Lucas Hoitzma. The race just went green on him at a horribly inopportune time. Bad luck for Lucas continues. I know he won Monday, but man, things have been really grinding his gears lately. As Fisher, the 21 race leader of Vice Toyota, decides it is time to come down. I almost said Vibe. It's a C, not a B. And Fisher out of the lead, onto the pit lane at lap 74. Hands the lead over to Travis Martin as we work lap number 40. J-Munch, Arc.io Toyota, running 9th at the moment, says he's coming down. Trenton Sneed in the 81 peels off the track, hits the pit lane. Matt Benke, an extended stay for the 35. Maybe picked up a penalty. Unfortunate for the City Financial Chevrolet.
You can go. You can go.
Trenton Sneed slides into his box.
You got plenty of tire.
I think Lucas just let somebody through.
I was
Ethan
nervous
Evers.
to think. Bad Nan.
I don't know who that was. Somebody pitting in. Cody Cleaver hits the pit lane in the deuce. Trenton heading back out. Viola gets back around Ghostman. Travis may be trying to save to make a certain fuel number. I think they need to make it to about lap 80 to have a chance at it, and they're both coming to the pit lane. Viola and Martin both coming down at the same time. 42 laps they could go. We'll see if Lucas has been able to stretch the fuel. He needs to make it to about 45 on this fuel run to have a chance at cutting a stop. We'll see if him and Wolfenbarger have been working on this the whole time or not. Hoytsman's gap 7/10 over Wolfenbarger. Wolfenbarger behind Trevor Trago. Trevor's been to the pit lane. Travis Martin has some right front damage on his number 63. If we got that on the pit lane or already had it, didn't see it from the other shot we were looking at. There's Viola back out. 14 seconds and back out he goes. See if something happened to Travis.
Oh, good save.
That's odd. Well, I do see a little damage there. Travis, a longer stop, 24 seconds. So maybe some damage he had to fix? I don't know, it's odd. It's going to hurt Travis Martin big time, though. Here, Wolfenbarger onto the pit lane. Terrible shot there, but I promise you he's there. Yeah, it's not even any better. There he is. Wolfenbarger makes his stop, so he couldn't go the required amount of time. Hoytsman needs to go about another lap or two. And I know he's going to try it, because he was in a bad situation. And indeed, he's going to go by the pit lane once again. He's going to have to do this on both fuel runs if he has a chance of making it. Currently 45 laps on the counter. Brad Wilson, the only other one in a similar boat, and he is 5 seconds behind Lucas. So Lucas has a lot of time to give up to Brad. They're both on this strategy. They're at 45 laps as of this lap. They would have to go another 45 as they pit right here. And here comes Lucas. See if Brad's on a similar strategy. Or if he goes another lap. Brad's going to go a whole nother lap. Wow. Hoyt's going to hit the number he's comfortable with. Brad Wilson stays out on track. Wilson will go 46 laps. Should make him a little more comfortable than Hoytsman making it if Bradley Wilson gets back around to the pit lane. All this should hand the lead back to Blake Giglio. You see Travis Martin in his long stop ends up putting him a lap down to Blake. Travis does have fresher tires. Should be able to get around Blake and unlap himself. And you hear Giglio giving Martin the inside. It goes into turn 3. Travis takes it way low. On he goes. As you see, Brad Wilson has decided to pit 46 laps, so he can go to the end without that extra stop, and I think Lucas can as well. That's going to have to worry guys like Blake and Fisher. But for the time being, Blake Giglio is your leader. He's got 2.7 on Mike Fisher. Fisher has 6 seconds over Trevor Trago in third. And he's working Llewellyn. See behind him, Ethan Evers recently gave up that spot to Trevor. Here comes Trenton to pass Ethan. Ethan, one of the first cars to stop, so he's on older rubber. 15 lap difference between these two, the 81 and 8. And Tryon Technologies Camaro sizes up the Gearheads racing machine. Looks like Ethan's going to give him the top. and concede the position. That's some good, clean racing there.
I'm gonna work halfway down the back again, but I'm gonna take it in 3. Go ahead.
And Hoytsma offering Brantley Bryant the inside line. Hoytsma's trying to meet a fuel number. Bryant trying to charge hard. Goes Cliff Mullins to the inside of Lucas. Remember, Lucas is trying to make it with one less stop than everybody else, along with Brad Wilson. Those two cars 14th and 16th right now. Lucas on the lead lap. Wilson's first car 1 lap down. That's something to keep an eye on in case the caution comes out, because, well, Kenneth Stout's still out there. Cody Cleaver, Grant Harrell trade the position for 6th. William Viola, Kenneth Stout just traded 8th. Travis Martin and Lucas Hoytsma. Travis on the hard charging strategy, so he's going to go by the fuel saving 97 of Hoytsma. On the pit lane, Zach Margison apparently has had an issue. He's been sitting there for a hot minute, 2 minutes and counting. Matt Benke also sitting there, so 18 cars still on track. Looks like the Gatlin Downing machine just had an issue. Mullins and Ghostman get by. Here goes Hoytsma to the inside. Martin and Mullins not for position. Fisher now 1.3 back of Giglio. Does have 4 lap fresher tires, so he is gaining in that number 21 Toyota. There's your gap first to second. Then 10 seconds back. Trevor Drago is like, yes, I'm in third. Wow, I'm 9 seconds behind. He's 9 seconds behind Fisher, 10 behind Giglio. Trenton just behind him, half second back. Cody Cleaver runs 5th. Ethan Evers is 6th. Then Will Viola, Grant Harrell, all there together. Kenneth Stout, 1.2 back of them, hitting the outside wall coming out of turn number 2. There's Casey Graves. Then you have Garrett Wolfenbarger, 11th. Uncharacteristically poor run for the 32 tonight. Brantley Bryant in 12th. I think the caution caught them both at the worst possible time. Viola goes by Ethan Evers as the old tires for Evers continue to be a challenge. He's going to have to come to the pit lane relatively soon. Probably in the next 5 to 7 laps we'll see that 8-car pit. He gets the outside wall coming out of 2. And then he'll be back to passing everybody again. Grant Harrell, Kenneth Stout, and Casey Graves, your top 10. And you have Wolfenbarger, Bryant battle right there as Bryant takes away the 11th spot. Despite having 2 lap older tires than Wolfenbarger. Trago and Sneed. Sneed has 4 lap fresher tires. The silver and blue 81. Maybe that's even a purple. We'll call it royal blue, maybe? We'll ask him officially later. Margison with the raid. Hello, my friend. Sorry your race is cut short. What happened the second time, buddy? I know the first one. I didn't see the second one. Half second still between Giglio and Fisher. Fisher is slowly closing it down. Hayes says it's purple. Hey. Hayes says his 81 is officially purple.
Sorry, I was trying to give you the stuff.
Oh, Margison meatballed the wall was the second issue we had. If you don't follow Margison, get on over there and do so, please. A long-time member of our awesome SRL community. We appreciate everything he does for us. Eventually we'll make him a stream team member, but we'll worry about that later. Grant Harrell in the 7th spot. Stout half second back, and then Ethan Evers another half second. He's of course drifting back on old tires, but Stout should be catching Harrell based on tires. Fisher ever so slowly reeling in our race leader. We could see a change for the lead here relatively soon. Both these cars need to make another stop. The one we think does not. Lucas Hoytsma, currently 14th. And I believe he's back there on purpose, making strategy moves, trying to cut out a pit stop and pit one less time than everybody else. Essentially, he could be done pitting. if the strategy works out the way I think it does. Lucas Hoytsma and Brad Wilson have both already made their last pit stop. Everyone else still needs to pit one more time. Cody Cleaver completes the pass on Trevor Trago. Up into the 4 spot he goes. Oh, we have Mike Fisher having some blinking. That's not a good thing when your second place car is having connection issues. How far back is Wilson from Lucas? Or not even a position between them, so 6 seconds, I think? 6, maybe 7? Between Hoytsma and Wilson, according to the timing, because it's 4.5 to Gatlin, and then another 3, so what's that, 7.5? Casey Graves making his final pit stop in the 4. So we start to get those final stops underway. Margison winning Atlanta is not out of the question.
Travis, I couldn't get to the brakes in time.
We had contact.
Yeah.
Let's rewatch what happens to the Ghost Man here. Oh, Hoytsma gets into the back of Travis, gets him out of shape. Corner entry there. Travis had to check up for Bryant. That costs a little bit of time for Hoytsma, but not a ton. It's still about 5.5, 6 seconds between the two. Between Wilson and Hoytsma. 30 to go. Giglio still leads. Fisher in second. Sneed is 10 seconds behind him. Cars starting to make their final stops. Ethan Evers on the pit lane. Brantley Bryant in the 52 also on the pit lane. Casey Graves already completed his final stop. I think Travis Martin's coming right now in the 63. That or he just got really low to let cars by. It's now gone a lap down in the 63. You can see what happened to him here. Oh! It's Travis. 52's on the pit lane. Travis is coming out of turn number 4. Gets on the apron, gets it a bit out of shape. And as he tries to recover and then get back in the gas, it smacks the outside wall. Uncharacteristic mistake out of the 63. Racy Mug, Trenton's uncle in here. Trenton running third right now. Got the old Game Farm machine running pretty good. Casey Graves passing Ethan Evers and trying to get Bryant here as they come out of the pit lane. I think Travis, nope, still letting people by. Travis would have to go 48 laps. I would be shocked if he pulls that off. That car looks evil right now. Battle is on for the race lead. Fisher is on the back bumper of Giglio. 27 to go. I think their only move is to stay out as long as they can and hope for the yellow. So if they pit early, they're handing it to Lucas. I think they can just have to push as hard as they can, try to lap Lucas. While Lucas saves fuel and then hope for caution. Trevor Trago pits the Wanted Goons machine. The red and black 91 hits the pit lane. Stay with their battle for the lead. Also have a battle brewing for third as Cleaver's running down the 81 of Sneed. Pressure is on for the lead. Fisher just hounding that Kenworth Chevy's rear view mirror. Easily the closest battle on track. Grant Harrell hits the pit lane. Takes the 22 down for his final stop. We think everyone has to pit except for the 97 and 51. They're up to 7th and 8th. Wolfenbarger, I guess, is the closest one besides them. So that's another one to keep an eye on, running 6th. Here comes Giglio. Blake's gonna come down and get the 4 fresh tires. And that leaves, I believe, 7 cars. 5 of them we know have to, or most likely have to pit. Fisher and Sneed and Cleaver. Giglio is on the pit lane. Wolfenbarger probably needs the pit. Hoytsma and Wilson, we think, do not. And there's the gap. Hoytsma at the line there. Check in on Wilson as he's exiting turn 4. And across the stripe there. That gap is 6 seconds. Hoytsma to Wilson. Fisher continues to lead. Sneed, Cleaver, Wolfenbarger, all likely needing a pit stop. Wolfenbarger is 21 seconds behind our leader. He might be trying to save, but it may be too little too late. If he didn't save enough the first run, I don't know if he's going to be able to save the requisite amount of fuel the second lap, because it's going to be even longer than the other cars do. And here he comes, Wolfenbarger, realizing he is not going to make it. He'll bring the 32 Shenandoah Shine Camaro to the pit lane.
81 pit man, 81 pit man.
That's second place Trenton Sneed. So he's got Cody Cleaver right on his back bumper, and Blake Giglio running 7th. The lap down goes by. The gap between Giglio and Wilson is about 8 seconds, maybe? It's much fresher tires. 20 laps to go. He could get to Wilson, and then all bets are off, because it's about 5.5 seconds to Hoytsma. We'll see if he can get him. Blake actually does have a chance at this. Trenton Sneed brings the 81 to the pit lane. That leaves Fisher and Cleaver. Hoytsma appears to be cutting out a pit stop, but does he have to go too slow to do it? It's Blake on the other strategy, the extra pit stop. Hard charging in the Kenworth car.
Really close.
He has 6.6 to catch Wilson.
We're good. Man.
Somebody in the wall there. I believe it was Brantley Bryan is 51 of Wilson. Great save there. Bounces off of Kenneth Stout. Saves the machine. That's going to give Blake a little help. 5.5 the gap. Let's see if we can ride on board with this Kenworth Chevy. Looks like clear track ahead. All he's got to do is let that Kenworth eat.
I heard this way early, so I figured I was probably clear, and I wasn't. That scared the shit out of me.
Into 3. Keeps it relatively low. Doesn't get it by the wall like we've seen a lot of people do. And that gaggle of cars up ahead. One of those is Wilson. I believe it's 2 cars ahead of him. 3.2 the gap, so Giglio is flying. It's in hunter mode. He knows the top 2 have to pit. All he has to do is catch 3rd. Somebody down on the apron right there. That might be Mike Fisher, our race leader. And it is. Race leader Mike Fisher heads to the pit lane. That moves Blake up the 4th.
No, you're good, dude. I'm cool.
I don't think you need that debris, Racy Mug. We're going to have a good battle here. Cody Cleaver also hits the pit lane, so this will make Lucas Hoytsma come by and take your lead away. The Irwin Tools machine. You hear him clutching. He has to save like hell to make it to the end without that extra stop. Fisher down and away on his pit stop. There's Wilson. And there's Blake, and he has caught Wilson. Giglio is 7 seconds back from Lucas with 16 laps to go. I think Blake has enough to get there. And then the teammates get to fight it out. Blake going by Wilson, effectively taking the 2nd spot in this race. Kenneth Stout up ahead trying to work around Mullins. Those two have had some disagreements this race. Cliff making sure he knows about it, keeping him pinched on corner entry. Right in front of Blake Giglio. Blake has to be going, oh my gosh. And he turns the 29 into the 37. Blake Giglio pushes Kenneth Stout into Cliff Mullins. Then Stout just kills Brad Wilson on corner exit. Kenneth Stout just Brings out the yellow, takes out Cliff and Daniel.
That was perfect time caution.
Giglio gets into Stout, turns him into Mullins.
I didn't do nothing.
And Stout's down on the flat, comes up the track right into Brad Wilson.
That sucks for Lucas, though.
And then smashes the wall. I don't think it does suck for Lucas. Lucas was going to get caught anyway. I think this is actually good for Lucas. Give them a chance to come bolt down 4 fresh tires and try again.
I'm so happy I'm a lucky dog.
Garrett Wolfenbarger is your lucky dog on a 32. I have 10 cars on the lead lap. Let's actually go talk with Lucas after his pit stop. Yeah, that was Kenneth Stout's 3rd wreck this race. Hi, John. How are you, my friend? Should see just about everybody come down and bolt on the tires. Tires mean everything here. I don't know what Fisher will do. It's only been like 2 laps. Maybe he'll take 2. Could be cool to see him try. We'll watch everybody roll down to their pit lane, pit box. Hoyts with the number 1 pit stall. Without the earplugs for this. No, I think Lucas will be happy about this because I think he knows he was getting caught. There was no question in my mind Blake was getting there. I mean, no question. Hoytsman down and away. 13.8 second stop. That's damn impressive. William Viola has stayed out. Blake Giglio 4 tires. Brad Wilson 4 tires. Wolfenbarger possibly 2. Mike Fisher 4 tires. Comes out 6th. Cody Cleaver maybe gas only? I don't know why he'd come down for that. 7 second stop for him. Odd number. Trevor Trago 4 tires. Trenton Sneed 4. Casey Graves 4. And that is your top 10 cars. Let's go grab Lucas. Luke, DG, you got a copy?
Yep.
Well, I don't know, man. The way I was figuring it, that caution might actually be something great for you. What do you think?
Yeah, first words out of my mouth were, I don't hate that.
Yeah.
So
I think Blake was going to get you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He was closing in really fast, and I had no more in it. I was going as fast as I could for the rest of that run, so I really think he would have caught me. I was telling him that, even he didn't seem to believe it.
Yeah, I think you're right. And, well, you get a new lease of life. Will Viola here has stayed out, so hopefully that doesn't cause any drama. But we'll see what happens. We got 10 cars on the lead lap and 10 laps to figure this thing out. How do you think it's going to shake out?
It's going to be a crazy finish. We're going to see some green light checkers, if I had to guess. I don't know. It's Darlington. Late race caution is definitely one of the scarier things in life.
I mean, you're not wrong. Having been there in other series, it's absolutely very true. We'll see how it all shakes out. You're going to be restarting 2nd here behind the 27. You think with the old tires, he's going to take top or bottom?
If he's smart, he takes the top. I'm hoping he takes the bottom.
10-4. All right, bud. Good luck.
Thanks.
Well, Blake, it looked like you were going to get there, and then this caution comes out and gives Lucas 4 fresh tires. Now you're going to be on equal strategy. How do we think it's going to play out?
Yeah, he's gonna drive away from us. But my salt and vinegar chips are good. Yeah, I don't know what those freaking guys were doing in front of me. Just going around from an earlier wreck, it looks like. So, whatever. I've been eating chips and driving, so hopefully we can. Oh, someone stayed out. Hopefully we can put this thing up front.
Yeah, the 27 has stayed out. We'll see how that shakes out for you. Good
what
luck.
Happened on that wreck? Was I right? Were they like pinching each other and almost hitting each other? All
They
the
were
time?
they were giving each other not a lot of room for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
And
that, dude, my tires were. I didn't realize how fast I was. All of a sudden I was there.
yeah, and then well, the one guy came up from the apron and just decided that was what was going to happen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Explains what I saw. Alrighty, now
All right,
hopefully we can
good luck.
win.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Blake Giglio restarting 3rd here behind the car that did not stop. William Viola, 13 laps on his tires. We saw a lot of tire spin on our previous restart. This could get real interesting. We're going to turn him loose with a 10-lap shootout. There goes the pace car. Let's see what we got as the field rolls out of turn number 4 in this Arc Music Xfinity Series presented by Mr. Ghostman, who, by the way, made up 2 laps to get back on the lead lap by that caution. Here's the restart. So far, okay. Didn't see too much wheel spin. The 51 didn't get going very good. Hoyts was going to take the lead. There's a little contact between Viola and Giglio, but not a lot. I think Giglio is going to have a good run on corner exit here. He's got it sideways, as do several other cars. Wilson's trying to get to the outside of Giglio. Don't count Brad Wilson out of this now that he's got a short run to work with. He gets to the outside of Giglio. Has to give up that position. Very difficult to exit on the high side of turn 4. Still hits the wall. Does the 51 of Wilson. The 21 of Fisher actually does a really good job of not turning him there. See Trevor Trago a little further back, side by side with the 32. He's going to make contact. Saves the race car. Outstanding wheel control there by Trago. So we got 14 cars in this lead pack on the lead lap. Lucas, as Giglio predicted, kind of driving away a little bit. Then you have Wilson, Fisher, Cleaver. Then Trenton Sneed. Then side by side, Viola and Wolfenbarger. Viola may have been out of tires. Or maybe just trying the strategy move. Unclear which direction he went. And he is drifting backwards in a hurry. Probably wishing he took the tires if he had them. Then Trago, as he had to save his race car. Travis Martin, Gatlin Downey, Ethan Evers also in the lead lap. Brantley Bryant, first car lap down. Daniel Wallen running 15th. Top handful of cars all pretty spread out. As Grant Harrell completes the pass on Llewellyn. Not a lot of battles to show you at the moment. We're looking all over the place for something, but I'm kind of strung out earlier. Matt Benke back out on track, passes J Munch for position to get into the top 20. Way to hang with it and pick up a spot there, Benke. Make another 3 laps. She'll actually pass Margison as well. Wilson closing in on Giglio for second. There's Trago closing in on Viola. Currently our tightest battle on track is the Wannagoon's Red Machine. Catches the Culver's White and Blue 27. Takes a peek to the inside down the Boeing backstretch, and I believe this will be all she wrote, as the 91 has fresher rubber than the 27. Should be able to keep it turned down, and Trago moves up into 9th. Race is on for second, as Lucas Heusman is driven away by a half second. Right on board the 21 of Mike Fisher. There's your battle for the top 4. You can see Lucas is kind of driven away a little bit. From this angle it looks close, but if you get outside the car it doesn't look that close. Four laps to go from Darlington. I mean, a lot of us have said Stouted already, and there's also the classic Kenneth Stout doing Kenneth Stout things. I know that's a mouthful, but it's a common refrain. Giglio is actually closing back in on Hoytsma. It was a half second, is down to 3/10. Blake starting to put in some pressure. Felt like Lucas was starting to drive away, but that is not the case. Garrett Wolfenbarger, Trenton Sneed, and the 2 of Cleaver, they've been going at it, 5th, 6th, and 7th. It's a handful of laps remaining. Wolfenbarger putting on pressure. He was the lucky dog, now he's up to 7th. Mike Fisher applying pressure to Wilson. That is for 3rd. Got little battles going on everywhere. We even got Will Viola and Travis Martin for the last spot in the top 10. Daniel Wall and Grant Harrell, they're still battling. That's back there for 15th. So battles all over the track. Wolfenbarger looks inside Trenton Sneed. Maybe a slight contact, and Wolfenbarger realizes he was about to do something terrible, so he got out of the gas.
I'm going to get into like that. Okay. It looked like he got a little ways.
That might have been Martin and Viola. White flag in the air. Lucas Heusman, Blake Giglio. No surprise those two are at the top, but they took very different paths to get there. Down the Boeing backstretch for the final time. The top 4 very spread out. I don't think we're going to see any late race dramatics here. Giglio tried. Full sent. Smacks the outside wall. That might cost him second. We'll see if Wilson has what it takes to get there as Giglio bounces it off the fence. Hoytsma's your winner. That was very close, but a Giglio by a nose. And Wilson third, Fisher fourth, Cody Cleaver fifth, Trenton Sneed, Garrett Wolfenberger, Casey Graves, Trevor Trago, William Viola, Travis Martin, Gatlin Downey, Ethan Evers, and eventually Brantley Bryant will be the last car to finish on the lead lap. Your winner, Lucas Hoytsma. Let's go pull him in. Lucas, DG, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you got it done. It was definitely an adventure, and like I said, I knew that caution was going to work to your advantage there, and you were able to hold it off. We didn't get all those late race dramatics, and you were able to pull away there at the end. How was it?
There's nothing better than a 10-lap shootout at Darlington. That was so much fun. Just ripping it on the wall. Thing is so on edge. I freaking love this track. It is so much fun, especially in these cars. This one feels good, I'll tell you that.
It's amazing that I can hear your smile right now. Congrats on that very strong run and the victory. You got the friends, family, and sponsor shout-outs for us tonight at Darlington?
Yes, sir. Just shout out to Blake for not destroying me in 3. CTCRN, Low Drag, 712 Brakes, Randy Lee, Youth doing the broadcasting. Everybody puts this series on. And Brad Lee for not getting to me because that Tide car was really scaring me being in a Kurt Busch car.
Well remembered, and yeah, extra shout out for Randy Lee because he's the best drummer in the world.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Congrats on the win. Get on out of here, enjoy it, and get ready for the broadcast tomorrow.
Yes, sir. See ya.
Lucas Hoytsman, the 97, getting victory. Now we pull in the 16 of Blake Giglio. Blake bringing it home P2 tonight. You were right about Lucas driving away from you there at the end. I don't know. It looked like maybe you just needed it to stay green was the ticket.
Yeah, that Kenworth 16. As soon as it got up to speed, it was good. Struggled getting through all 18 of those gears on the restart, though. So it's a problem with those Kenworth transmissions, but hopefully we can stay green here later in the week and get some wins.
I mean, you know you could skip some of those gears, right?
Well, yeah, but more power. You know, I was trying to get the more power out of the thing, but
Mopar?
you know,
Don't get Neo excited.
is Neo in chat?
He has been, yeah.
Holy crap, free Neo. Shout out to him.
You're out here saying Mopar. You're going to get him all excited.
Yeah, Kenworth is the way to go. I'm really trying to figure out how to put a Kenworth logo over the Chevy logo on my car, because that'd be amazing.
We need to get you to do a Kenworth truck, because, you know, that would make sense.
Well, I don't have one, so I'll have to make one.
Make one, exactly. Get to it.
Yeah, it's hard work.
Get it done by Thursday.
Is there a way I could put Kenworth over the Chevy logo?
No, but you could just do what Neo does and put whatever logos you want anyway, and whatever's stamped on it be damned. Earlier today, I shit you not, he sent me a Mopar-sponsored Toyota, and it even said, your friendly Toyota dealers and Mopar all over it. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's amazing. I'll shout out to Neo. Maybe he can dial me up a nice Kenworth truck. So.
He'll draw you 50 of them, and he'll never stop sending them to you.
That's okay. A lot of options.
All right, man. You got the actual friends, family sponsor shoutouts for us tonight.
Yeah, shout out to CC Racing, Letter Geek Sports, you for broadcasting. Everyone that puts on this league. Shout out to Travis. Hopefully we can get that Kenworth back in victory lane here soon. We used all our talent at Sonoma last week.
Yeah, you went road course racing, and then you kind of forgot how to oval race, it seems.
Yeah, that seemed accurate, actually. Pretty accurate.
No one believes you. All right, man. Get on out of here, enjoy it, and we'll see what you got tomorrow.
Thank you.
It's Blake Giglio in the 16. Now we'll pull in Brad Wilson in the 51. If we can find Brad Wilson in the 51. He's in the waiting room like a good driver. I appreciate you being in the waiting room for me, Brad. How are you?
Of course, anytime. Just trying to do what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, I like to throw shade at those that I have to go find, so that's why I thank all my drivers that are actually in the waiting room.
Thank you, sir.
Looked like it was a wild time out there, and I believe this was a Ricky Red throwback based on the font of the number 1. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah. All those different sidecars, and I got it right. Well, congrats on the strong run tonight. You got a P3 out of it. Looked like it was an up and down kind of night. How was it out there?
It was a lot of fun. Kind of thinking maybe we could have made it a 2-stop race instead of making it a 3. But I think during that long run that we lost too much time to Blake. And before that caution came out, he was passing me. And I was like, well, I guess we did save way too much. But strong run, strong car. They couldn't keep it off the wall there in the 10-lap run, but other than that, it was a fun night.
10-4. You got the Friends Family sponsor shout outs for you for your P3.
Shenandoah Shine, Mooncar, my teammates Garrett and Brantley for showing up. It was a lot of fun. You for putting us on, broadcasting it, Lucas and Blake. It's always hard to beat them, and it feels good when you do. Just didn't have enough in it for tonight.
I got a new prospect for you, okay? How about we never ever mention that photography guy until he gets his ass out here and runs a race?
All right, I don't think him anyway.
Perfect. All right, man. Congrats on a strong run, and we'll see you soon. You'll probably be out there tomorrow, right? What we got, Pocono? How do you feel about that tomorrow night?
I'm thinking it's going to be pretty fun. I'm hoping to just be up front, maybe top 5, but of course we're always going to be looking for that 4th win.
I heard it's one of your better tracks, so we'll see how it shakes out.
That, in a truck, it's good. Anything else, it's kind of hit or miss, but we'll see.
10-4. We'll see you tomorrow night. Good luck, bud. Get on out here, enjoy it, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, thank you, sir.
Brad Wilson bringing it home, P3. All right. That is the night. Let's look at our final rundown so we can get on out of here tonight. Top 3, obviously. Lucas with the win, Giglio second, and Wilson rounding out your podium. Fisher and Cleaver. Fisher's debut gets a 4th spot, so strong debut there for the Toyota. Cleaver brings it home and rounds out your top 5. Then Trenton Sneed, Wolfenbarger, Casey Graves, Trevor Trigo, and William Fielda pick up top 10s. Page 2, we got Travis Martin, Gatlin Downey, Ethan Devers, Brantley Bryant, Daniel Wallen, Grant Harrell, Cliff Mullins, Kenneth Stout, Matt Binky, and Zach Martison. And then page 3, we got Jay Munch, Ashton Tackwell, and Tyler Stillwell. Those are the 23 drivers that competed in tonight's race. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Appreciate you coming out as always, and have a great, wonderful rest of your night. Thanks again to Arc Music for sponsoring our series. We appreciate everything they do for us to get us broadcasted, and we will see you all very soon. Thank you very much. That ends the YouTube. So now we're just a Twitch stream. Get the music back on, do some replay looking. Go ahead.